Ah, who doesn't love a good fragrance debate? I know I'm always down for one. At the end of the day, that is the beauty of scent. Trusting your nose is the best thing you can do in this journey, even if it separates you from the masses from time to time. So today I'm back with more fragrance hot takes, courtesy of my own two nostrils. The last video on this was quite well received, so I'm back with even crazier and juicier takes than last time. The first is that I believe fragrance flankers can sometimes be unnecessary. Now before you slam your keyboards away, hear me out on this one. In my modest opinion, if you are just an average fragrance user and not an extreme collector, I really don't think you need to purchase more than one fragrance from the same line, because for the most part these share fundamentally the same scent DNA. Let's take the popular Stronger With You line as an example. Now I'll admit every flanker has its own unique twist, but most of them still have that signature boozy, warm chestnut backbone. Like you won't essentially think of them as dupes of one another, but they could at least pass off as close cousins. So my advice to most people is to go try them out in store and choose the one that speaks to you the most. Now if you really love a DNA or are a literal content creator, then by all means buy away. I also recognize that not all flankers out there are redundant, but I also can't say companies don't like to milk popular DNA sometimes. Next up we got go try out a scent for yourself before you watch any reviews on it. I seriously can't stress this one enough, ladies and gentlemen. As I mentioned earlier, your nose is your best friend and you gotta trust that baby with your life. A lot of the times when a new fragrance drops, our first instinct is to immediately go down the rabbit hole of influencer reviews. But who knows which ones are actually being genuine with their reactions or simply glazing for a quick bag. Hence, I recommend you simply go get your nose on it. This can include going to your local mall and smelling it there, or ordering a sample online just to try it out. The only way to know if a fragrance is worth the hype is if it's you approved. This way you can test how a fragrance will react with your own skin chemistry and what type of performance it'll provide for you. And of course, whether or not it's a scent profile you actually see yourself wearing and that it isn't redundant to something you may already own. Testing these factors is simply a tailor-made experience that is gonna be different for everyone. So as much as I love creating fragrance content and how much I respect so many other creators in the game, I say take what we say with a grain of salt. I always want you all to take your own stance and find your own taste, because that's what makes this journey as beautiful as it is. Last but not least, it's time to stop gatekeeping scents, fellas. I know, you don't want everyone out there to be rocking your own signature scent. Y'all still want to stand out from the crowd, I get it, but the amount of times I've seen guys protect the name of their fragrance like it's their whole social security number is crazy. Dudes really be like, oh yeah, it's just Dior Sauvage, bro. I'm like, nah fam, why you gotta do us like that? First off, the odds of them actually going out of their way to buy the fragrance are already low. And second, the smelly water community is still too small that the odds of anybody else rocking the same overpriced niche fragrance as you is nearly impossible. Look, maybe I'm just a man of the people and like hooking the boys up with all of my favorite hidden gems. Now when it comes to layering combos, that's a completely different story. Those we may just have to keep enjoying all to ourselves. Hey, that's a fair play. And that'll do it for today's hot takes. Hopefully no electronics were harmed in the viewing of this video. I'm sure y'all have your own opinions you swear by, so go ahead and drop them down below. I always have a great time reading what the community has to say. And regardless of how outrageous it is, I always try to be respectful. Because it's everybody's nose at the end of the day. God knows mine ain't perfect either. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you all in the next one.